Hello, welcome to Selah. This is Friday's So What episode where we look back at the week and reflect on all the different things that we've talked about. And I'm sat warming my hands on my coffee because it's really frosty today. Hope you're all warm, wherever you are.
Are you ready for this week's joke?
Am I? I don't know.
Now, this may be a joke that will eclipse all the other jokes.
Is that the joke?
Well, I mean, I personally find my jokes very amusing. Amusing. Get it right. Don't you? This joke will be tremendous. Right, hold on a minute. I just need to find it. You may have to use your imagination for this one.
Oh my goodness. How long have you spent writing that?
Right, okay, here's a joke. Neil Armstrong, the guy who went to the moon, he went to a restaurant on the moon, but he didn't really like it.
Why?
Because there was no atmosphere.
That's terrible.
Did you not like that one? I mean, I think Neil would like that joke, Neil Armstrong, because, he went to the moon. Maybe he just had to be there.
I will stop and breathe in your presence. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Oh, I don't really know how to move on from that. But let's do a recap of the week. So on Monday, which was called Among Us, Ian talked about the story in John 1 about when John told the Pharisees that the Messiah was among the crowd. So Jesus was there, but no one recognised him. And then later on, he shared that passage in Isaiah about how Jesus had no beauty or outward significance that would draw us to him. And that bit is the thing that actually stuck out the most to me, and that if we're called to reflect him, maybe we need to live our lives like that too, so that there's kind of no big outward thing that necessarily draws people to us, but then at the same time that is the thing that makes us stand out, and it's not from us trying to do anything amazing or be anyone significant or build our own empire, but we look different because we're reflecting Jesus. And that all makes me think about this conversation that I had with Jez this week, and he was just sharing a picture that God gave him, and it was just about coals, and when you're lighting a barbecue and you see the flames, and the flames are what's visible, but for the coals to be effective we need to wait for the flames to die down so that only the hot coals remain, and that's the point at which they can be used and they're most effective. And that's what we need to be like, so not kind of concentrating on the visible thing, because that isn't what's important, it's all the unseen stuff. And then Thursday, kind of Ian followed on from that, didn't he? And he talked about serving others and how when we serve others, we're actually serving Jesus. And he said this phrase, in each person's needs, we see the needs of Jesus, and out of love for him, we serve all. That's what Jesus did, isn't it? He loved and served the people around him, and that's what we're called to do too. And that's how we can reflect aspects of his character. And then Wednesday was when I was sharing about anxiety. I wanted to share about it because it's something that I've been dealing with myself recently, and I reckon it's something that affects the majority of people to some degree or the other, and the subject was just really on my heart. So I wanted to say just in that as well that if any of you who are listening are experiencing anxiety, to whatever degree, please get in touch, because we would really love to pray for you. And just prayer is so powerful, isn't it? And I think it ties in again with what Ian shared this week, that when we see people who are struggling or having a hard time, we can come alongside them like shoulder to shoulder and be there to support and pray for them. That's what Jesus did, and it's what he still does for us. And I think that image of coming into a place where we're looking at him directly, even when we can be in the depths of our pain and struggling with anxiety, and it feels hard to kind of come into that place, beholding him doesn't necessarily make those things go away, but it can shift our perspective and remind us that his light is on us and that he loves us and cares deeply for us.
Yeah, I really like what you said on Wednesday. When the light is in front of us, the shadow falls behind us. So if we keep our eyes on God, then we don't have to worry too much about the shadows because it's behind us. Is that what you meant by that?
Yeah. And I think as well just that we get kind of a different perspective when the light is in front of us. Because I've heard before that when you like focusing on the problem or kind of what's going on that's really hard, that's the thing that becomes the biggest, most prominent thing. But I guess that image, yeah, like you said, of like when we are fixed on Jesus, it doesn't necessarily mean that the stuff goes away, but we kind of, our perspective changes.
Yeah. And I guess if the shadow's in front of you, then, and it's all you can see really, then just remember the light has got you back. The light's behind you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. The brightest object in the night sky is Venus, but it still wouldn't be enough to light up the sky. A full moon is nearly 2,000 times brighter than Venus. And that brings me on to thinking about this song by Phil Wickham called Sun and Moon, which is tremendous.
Your favy dude.
My favy dude. Which it says, if you are the sun, then I want to be the moon. I want to reflect the light that shines from you. God placed this lump of rock / metal / cheese in the sky to, amongst other things, light up the darkness of night, just as we are called to be his light, to spread his glory to the world. And I think, as the song says, sometimes I really feel like we are the moon and God is the sun, because we'd really be in the dark without him. Matthew 5 says, you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven.
And all this moon talk, that comes from what you were sharing about that song Maker of the Moon on Tuesday, which is a really great song. And I just love the way that you described the moon. And Stephen, as we're talking now, it just makes me think that it is all quite epic, really, isn't it? That God is this incredible creator and like awesome over everything and so vast. Like he made this entire universe that's probably got galaxies and other planets and stuff that we'll never ever see.
Yeah.
It's because he's so vast and great, but he is such a personal God as well, and he's so close to us. Like he walked the earth and cares enough about us to say, like, when you're anxious, talk to me about it, and that he wants to fill us with his peace, and that we're made in his image and we're called to reflect him. I guess like what you were again saying about the moon.
Yeah.
So what are our takeaways from this week?
I think my takeaway from this week is probably just to try and reflect Jesus' light in everything that I do. Act like Jesus was next to me.
I think that's my takeaway too. A challenge for us all.
Let's give it a go.
If you are the sun, then I wanna be the moon. I wanna reflect the light that shines from you. And if this is war, then I'm gonna draw my sword. This time I know what I am fighting for. God, I wanna let you know I want everything you are. I'm waiting for the morning light to show a fire in the dark. Shine your light, I wanna feel you now. God, I need a miracle. Take my heart, make it glow. Shine your light from the inside out. I wanna be more like you. If you are the sun, then I wanna be the moon. Love is a choice, then I need you to hear my voice. I'm the one knocking on your door, making all this noise. Whatever it takes, I give it all away. I wanna show my love in 1,000 ways. God, I wanna let you know I love everything you are. I'm waiting for the morning light to show a fire in the dark. I wanna reflect the light that shines from you.